Let's start with you. Represent for the ladies. We got a girl with the first question.
Hi, thank you both for coming. Appreciate that you're both here. I just have a quick statement to make. Rory, I really look forward to you bringing the belt back to Canada. Would have been nice if you could fight here in Toronto. I don't have any doubts that you will bring it back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
George, I have one request. When you were in town in Toronto last time at 165, we were there at the hotel in the event, and we enjoyed seeing you, but my son tried to get your autograph, and he got elbowed in the head by the adults that were, cornering him. And I've got his figures here, and I'm wondering if you could sign them for him.
Yeah, we'll have... Please, no one else ask for autographs or tickets. But
I won't ask for tickets.
We'll have you come up here afterwards. We'll make sure security
Absolutely.
lets you come up.
Thank
and
you.
can sign it. Yep.
Hey, we're both big fans. We actually woke up this morning at 3 a.m. to come up stateside, came up 7 hours, waited in line since 10 a.m. just to try and see for my birthday and for his first card if we could possibly get pictures with you guys. Hey, I was up here beforehand. If you would like me to ask another question, I can do that as well.
Please don't sass me, but yes.
I apologize, Megan. All right, my other question would be, based on the last card where Lyoto Machida really after the first round had almost gotten to the point where some people thought that he was concussed, do you think the UFC is really doing enough? Or if you were put in that position, do you think he really should have come out for that second round? It seemed like he was even having trouble standing after that first round. So do you think the UFC is doing?
Well, it's a fight. You're not going to be in perfect condition in the second round or the third round. Obviously, you got to face coming out to being damaged from the first round or the rounds previous and battle through it. I don't see why it should have been stopped. Obviously he was hurt, but we've seen big comebacks in the past from guys that were hurt worse than that and come back to win. So I mean, it's it's a fight. It's not going to be pretty all the time, but that's how it goes.
I haven't seen this fight. I heard about it. I was in Paris, France, with the time difference. I was probably already sleeping, or I was partying with my friend. I mean, I don't know. I was not watching it. Sorry.
So are we able to get a picture later, please?
Sure.
It's up to these people. We'll see. You can
people.
try. We'll see what happens.
Hi, what's up? My question is for Rory. Rory, last Q&A, I asked you a question. It was for the Condit GSP card. I asked you at that time who was the best pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. You had answered me Anderson Silva. Now that we know about the PED usage from Silva, I want to go back in time and ask you that same question at that time. What would be your answer?
Well, what he did in the UFC and what George did, that puts both of them right up at the top, of pound for pound. And as far as his drug use, I don't know if he was using it before, during his win streak, or if it was just for that fight after the injury. I don't really know. I didn't really research it or look into it, but obviously his accomplishments speak for themselves, and I don't think that changes my opinion on what he did in the ring. He was a pretty amazing figure in the sport, and he did a lot of amazing things. So I'm not going to take away what he did in the cage. He's definitely goes down as one of the greatest.
Random Ronda Rousey cheers.
I just want to say, George, merci beaucoup de nous avoir si bien représenté les Québécois à travers le monde. Y a rien que je peux plus.
Merci.
Merci.
For us English speakers, what did he say?
I thank you for representing well.
Well, thanks.
I say thank you.
All right. Great translations.
Okay, for George, I used to be a big fan of UFC when it first started, and The Ultimate Fighter was on TV, and they had Koscheck and Bonner, and then I felt it kind of got watered down. And one of the reasons why I came back and became a fan again was because of you. You're the sole reason why I watch it now, and I actually flew in from Tampa, not for the fight, but to be here. Anyway, my question is so I followed you and I've watched, and I know that when you were you're starting out, you would be in Montreal and you would take long 8-hour bus rides to New York just to train for the weekend, and you would stay in not the best places. And so what impressed me was just your dedication and your passion for it. And obviously, if you have that much passion, it goes beyond the money. It's because you want to be the best, and you just have a passion to do what you do. So my question is, do you feel, after your career and everything that you've done, have you accomplished, do you feel satisfied with your career? That everything that you've accomplished, has it kind of like satisfied the craving of why you did all the things you did to get where you are?
Yeah, but if I had to do it again, of course, there's some stuff I would have changed. You're never 100% happy about what you do. I'm very criticized of myself. And of course, there is some fights that I don't really like. I wish my training camp would have been better. I would have prepared myself more adequately. But that's how you gain experience. And I can't change the past. I can only change the future. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy, of what I've done, so far.
So there's nothing else that you want to accomplish?
Some stuff I would have changed, but most of the thing I'm happy,
All right, thank you, sir.
Anything that stands out in your mind that you would have changed?
Oh yeah, some of the fight that I didn't like. Yeah, it's many fight. All my loss to Matt Hughes first, Matt Serra. My first fight with BJ Penn, I hate it. My fight with Jake Shield, I hate it. My fight with Nick Diaz, I completely despise it. And my last fight with Johnny Hendricks, I'm not happy about it at all.
Wow.
I'm honest. I'm telling you the truth.
All right, first off, I just wanted to say good luck, Rory, when you're taking on Robbie.
Thanks.
Bring the belt back to Canada. We're behind you. And second of all, I wanted to ask you guys what you think about Ben Askren and if he should be in the UFC or not.
I'd like it if he was. He
could
talks
shut
a
him
lot
up.
of. He likes to talk a lot of trash, but I think it's just his way of trying to convince UFC to let him in to get a fight. I'd like to fight him, but he's fighting somewhere else. So you could talk all you want over there, but he's not here, so I'm not really focused on him. But whatever.
All right, and another thing, at the end, are you guys sticking around and try to get this replica belt signed?
We'll try to get them to stick around. We'll see.
Thank you.
Hey guys, huge fan. This isn't really a question, or more a request for GSP. I went and saw him fight in UFC 129, and he never did a backflip at the end when he won. So I was wondering if he would do one tonight on the stage. And if he does, if he doesn't want to, I'll come up for him and do it.
A backflip.
Yeah, I'll do a backflip.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
I think you just want to show off.
confident
I want to
that
show
could-
off, but I want to see GSP one more time do a backflip live.
I'm confident that I could. Look, I'm confident that I could mostly succeed it 99% of the time. But my excuse is my shoes are pretty bad and it's dark. This is but this is black. This is black. So when you do a backflip, you don't know where you are. You're normally when the color is different with the floor, you know how to recognize yourself in space. Now I don't.
Just do the worm or something.
I won't tempt it. Just in case I make a fool of myself and I hurt myself pretty bad.
Well,
Good
if I get-
answer. Good answer.
If I see you backstage, I'll try to get you to do it then. Good luck, Rory.
Thanks.
Hey, I actually have a nice follow-up question to this guy. If you're not going to be fighting anymore, George, would you ever consider the WWE? I mean, I'm sure Vince McMahon has contacted you before. I'm sure he's approached you.
Well, I don't know if you look at my size,
Well,
Floyd Mayweather did it. It's true. It's true.
you could be a lucha libre.
I mean, yeah, with the little speedo,
And you need a Mexican badge,
GSP
right?
with a speedo and escape from behind.
I mean, the WWE got Ronda Rousey to be at WrestleMania to just do one spot. They could ask you to just do one appearance or something,
Listen, it would be like it would be something that I really enjoy to do if I had the opportunity, because I used to be a massive fan of WWF
So was
back
I,
in the day.
Before
When-
UFC, I used to watch WWE.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan. You know, Hulk Hogan. You know, my favorite was Shawn Michaels. It was
course.
my favorite wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Sweet chin
Hi,
music.
massive fan. Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart. Oh my God. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage. But now, I don't think I'm not big enough to make a career of it. I need to be bigger, you know. And
200 pounds is enough. You can be in the.
nah, the guys are like 250 and they're jacked. It's not me. I won't be able to reach that weight naturally. It would be impossible, you know. But to make an appearance or something special, yeah, I would love it. Of
So
course,
you've
it would
never
be
been
an honor.
approached? They haven't approached you at all? They haven't contacted you about it?
Not that I know of.
But you would do it.
I would, of course, I would. Hey,
So Vince McMahon, if you're watching,
of course.
thank you.
Are you paid by the WWE?
No, I'm just.
It sounds like
I
it.
just saw Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania, and I figured, and CM Punk is coming to the UFC. You know, Brock Lesnar
All right,
won't be
all
going
right.
back.
We
you
got
know.
Let's go over here.
Hello. My question's for George St-Pierre. I'm a huge fan of the MCU, like Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I wanted to know what inspired you and what made you get into Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Captain America, what happened is, it's a good after career for me. Acting is good after career. And we had an opportunity to have a small role in Captain America. And I was not interested of doing a big role because acting, it's a skill that takes time to develop and to become good at.
Oh, trust
So
me.
it was a perfect role for me, and I'm a big fan of all the Marvel comic. So it was a perfect project for me, and I jumped on board easy when they said that to me.
Thank you.
What's up, George?
Hi.
I got to meet Forrest and Rory yesterday at the Boston Pizza.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
I got to meet Forrest and Rory yesterday at the Boston Pizza. It's my first UFC show ever. I don't have a question, so when I say you're the greatest of all time, I've never seen you before in person. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's nice. Hello.
Hi Rory, hi George. I had the opportunity as well to meet you in Forest yesterday with my little guy here. We want to thank you again for that, and we were able to get your
Pleasure.
autographs.
Thank you.
George, my question for you would be, if you have time at the end, would we be able to add your signature to
course.
his shirt? He trains out of Cornwall MMA. He's been doing it for a year, so we would love to have your signature added to his shirt.
I won't be. Look, after I go with the security, I don't know who's the person in charge of this. You go with the security, we'll put you behind. I won't be able to do everybody, guys. I won't be able to do everybody, but I'll do the person that I can do, and because I'm on a tight schedule. It's UFC weekend, you know, and I have to be different places at different time, and I can't be late because some of the shows are live. So maybe go see the security. I think who's in charge of this. So
Just maybe come over here at the end.
at the end, I'll make a couple. I'll make the most as I can. But unfortunately, the truth is I won't be able to do everybody. All right. So don't push each other. Don't turn this place into a riot, please. And I'll try to make the most of it.
Listen
Thank
to
you.
George.
Thank you.
Lay down the law. Nice.
Hey guys, I'm really excited to be here. Huge fan of Megan's and of the rest.
Thank you.
And of you guys as well. My first question's to Rory. Usually when there's a championship fight and the guys have fought before, you don't normally see the challenger as the favorite. I mean, it's happened with George and Sarah, and I think Anderson and Chris. What do you see as the reason why the odds makers picked you as the favorite? Like, you can use this chance to plug yourself.
I don't pay attention to that. Yeah, odds are odds. You know, it plays no difference in my mindset and my focus. I'm sure that Robbie's going to be at his best, and I'm going to be at my best, and we'll find out who's the better man that night.
I have one more question. This is actually for both of you. Separately, you've expressed, Rory, you've expressed that you want to go back to the old school rules with headbutts and stuff. And George, I think on Chael Sonnen's podcast, you mentioned that you prefer to have like one round instead of having 3 rounds and having guys stand up. Could you maybe talk about that, and maybe you see like in the future the UFC could move more towards, instead of having like 3 rounds, have like 1 round that decides the winner of a fight. So if you're taken to the ground, you just stay on the ground and not get stood up.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. In a perfect world, what I would like in mixed martial art would be like a fight. Let's say you put two guys in a cage. You want to see who's the best man. You let them fight. Of course, if there is the problem of action, an activity on the floor, you stand them back up. But there's no round. Idealistically, it would be better. You know, like 15 minutes non-stop and 25 minutes non-stop for the championship round. But the round, I think they were made to copy boxing to make the sport legal at the time. And unfortunately, you know, that's the way it is. But my opinion is it would be better let the guys fight, you know.
You didn't really mean the headbutts thing, did you?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good weapon to have. But yeah, as far as the rounds go as well, it's based around fan friendly. You know, like rounds are to give the guys rest, so they're more explosive. You know, and things like that. And yeah, to get the sport legal, they copied the boxing framework of it. So, you know, I don't think it's going to change. I don't think we're going to see headbutts. I don't think we're going to see knees to the head on the ground or kicks to the head on the ground. But you know, in a perfect world, like he said, I'd like to have those rules. I'd like to fight under one round event. I think it would make it easier for judging as well. You know, because the way judges score it now, you see a lot of bad decisions because of someone winning 2 rounds and, you know, then the other guy destroying the other guy in 1 round, but he loses because he lost 2 rounds. So it's a tough call. It'd be easier to judge it, I think, if it was 1 round as well.
Thank you. Also, what was wrong with Aries?
I don't know. I got bored of it.
Hi. First of all, I'm a big fan of both of you guys. Just wanted to let you know. And I've been following the Quebec MMA scene for quite a while, and I'm a fan of Olivier Aubin-Mercier, who's going to be fighting on the card tomorrow night. And there's been some comparisons made to you, George, and Rory, if you want to chime in, you can too. Olivier Aubin-Mercier, I've seen him fight before The Ultimate Fighter in Saint-Constant. I've seen him get an armbar in the first round. And he's a black belt in judo. Would you say it's exaggerated to compare him a little bit more to Ronda Rousey?
I think you should compare Olivier to Olivier. Everybody come from different background. You know, the media, sometimes they make mistake. You know, say, oh, he's the next this guy. If a guy try to copy someone, it won't work because he doesn't have the same pedigree, the same background. You have to use your own strength to win the fight. Everybody brings different weapon in the octagon. You know?
Would you say they're trying to find you a replacement in the media?
The what?
Would you say that they're trying to find you a replacement in the media?
A replace? No, but they need to compare Olivier to Olivier. You can't compare. In mixed martial art, it's so different style, different ways to win a fight. You can't compare fighters like this. It's very hard to do, you know.
By the way, you're not replaceable.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Hello, George. Hello, Rory. I'm a big fan of the two of you. I wrote my questions down because I'm afraid of stuttering, because it's my first time seeing fighters in real life. I wanted to know, what was the greatest advice Coach Ferraz gave you guys about life in general? Something you could use outside the octagon.
I don't remember.
Oh, poor Ferraz.
It's a good question. Hold on a second. He told me a lot of interesting. Ferraz does that thing. Ferraz, he has a degree in philosophy. People don't know that. So he's not only good in the gym. He's good at a tactical point of view. You know, the way life goes. You know, he's very good. So I would say stuff that sometimes Ferraz and I, we have very deep philosophical discussion about different subjects. You know, that's what I can say. You know, like we don't only talk about fights. we talk about life in general, and we go like different discussion, we go very deep into our thoughts, you know, and we argue and stuff. We bring different argument, and we came to a conclusion together. But Ferraz is a very smart guy. He's very educated. Like I said, he's got a degree in philosophy, so it's very interesting to talk with Ferraz. I learn always very much when I speak to him.
Okay. And also a question for Rory. I would like to know how training with GSP helped you get closer and closer to greatness.
Oh, you know, training with George was it was huge for me. I think we started training together when I was 18, and you know, moving down when I was like 19 or 20. And George was a major part of, you know, my evolution as a martial artist. You know, not just in the gym and, you know, seeing how he uses his techniques, see what kind of training he does to get to where he is. You know, all that stuff was really helpful and, you know, a huge part of my success. But, you know, outside of the gym, George, you know, really helped me as well. You know, talking to me, guiding me, telling me what to look out for and things, what I could see down the road and things like that. So George has been a major influence in my career.
Okay.
Have you enjoyed that role of influencing Rory, like of being sort of a mentor?
I influenced Rory, but Rory influenced me too. Rory played a big role in my success as well, you know. So it goes both ways, you know. I learned from Rory a lot, just as much as he learned from me. And not only, I'm talking about, I think to be a very good martial artist, you need to have what we call the white belt mentality. Sometimes I learn things from, not only from Rory. Rory is an amazing fighter, but I learn things from guys that are like, you know, they're not professional fighter, but they're jiu-jitsu expert, you know. So I keep always a very open mind, and I think that's why Rory is so good. You know, he take everything from all the guys that he can, and he became the martial artist that he is right now. That's why.
Will you guys train together for your fight against Robbie on July 11th at 189?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
I'd like to thank you guys for being great examples, because a fight we all have in common is life, and you guys show that, you know, no matter how tough it is, we gotta go there, set the bar high, and always come back after a defeat. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Inspirational.
Rory, George, you were both great on the Joe Rogan podcast. We got to know a lot about you guys. It was pretty interesting. My question is, though, between the two of you, do you guys have a story where you both went out in Montreal and had like a great time? You know, Montreal is well known for its nightlife. Do you have any good stories you could tell?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna let Rory talk about this.
George introduced me what to order at McDonald's on the McDonald's late night menu.
Do you want to expand on that?
No, that's it.
Well, let's just say that sometimes we meet each other in some fast food restaurant very early in the morning. And we're like, hey, what the hell are you doing here? And we're like, oh, it happened maybe a couple times, you know, so just gonna.
So hang out in McDonald's.
No, we randomly bump to each other into different, like it could be different fast food restaurants.
Yeah. Maybe the fans can hang out and wait for you guys. Maybe they'll see you.
Now people sometimes they always like tell me like, oh, what is your diet you eat? So like I don't have diet, you know, I don't. You would be surprised what kind of crap I eat sometimes.
Oh yeah, like what? Do tell.
I love cheeseburgers, poutine. You know, people from here they like the poutine. Oh my God.
You were just eating backstage.
Dairy Queen. I think I'm the best customer to the Dairy Queen. You know, there's a Dairy Queen near my house. I go there almost every day. The guy is freaking out. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I take the vanilla sorbet, dip in chocolate. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. Should try it. If someone had never tasted it, it's amazing.
We're gonna get you a sponsorship there.
One last thing, George, I read your book. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Great inspiration. I competed in jiu-jitsu, so it was amazing. Rory, you're going to win the belt and you're going to keep it for a long time.
Thank you.
Hi. My question is actually for both of you, George and Rory. Both of you have similar path in the UFC where you had an early loss and a loss into like a grueling title elimination match. For you, George, was the title match, but Rory was with Robbie. The question is, mentally, George, you always said that this is one of the biggest aspects in the MMA. What do you think that Rory need to do differently mentally for the next fight? And Rory, what do you think you need to do differently for the next fight?
I believe, I can tell Rory, I believe Rory is better than Robbie Lawler. I believe he's going to win because he's better. In fighting, anything can happen. You know, Robbie Lawler has a lot of power, you know. And I'm going to say this with absolutely full confidence. I truly believe Rory MacDonald is the future of the welterweight division. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me how long it takes to become champion. If he wins his fight against Robbie, or even something happened and he still lost, because you have to see your career as a marathon, not a sprint. It's not only one fight that defines you. I believe that he will be a champion. If it's going to be his next fight or the other one after, I believe he's going to become champion in his next fight. But if, let's say, it's a bad luck happen or something, I still believe he's the future of the division, and he's going to be there on top for a long, long time.
As far as what I need to do differently, I think my preparation needs to be taken more seriously this time. And I think my fights after my loss to Robbie, I think I really got back on track. My focus was on track, and I spent more time in the gym. More, I think it just comes down to focus, determination, and motivation. I'm very motivated to get better as a martial artist and to get in there and fight and have a good fight.
Well, the question was similar to what George experienced when he first lost the title. When you said that you were carrying a brick, you were working your working psychology into that. Did you had any special training like that?
I don't understand exactly what you mean. Like someone to talk to,
Yeah, well, not any psychology training, but more like the mental aspect of the game. George was referring when he was first lost his title to he was carrying a brick and then throwing away to make sure that
I think my losses really, it changed my outlooks, and it helped me recognize weaknesses I had, not only in the fight, but outside of the fight. And I think those experiences made me learn for the better. And, I take all those experiences and, they make me stronger, and not only physically and technically, but also mentally, I've come a long way as far as my mindset and my focus and my motivation.
Great. Thank you very much, and crush him.
Thank you.
My question is for Rory. The whole time out there, I'm not sure if I've seen you blink. You're pretty famous for your cross-octagon stare. So my question is, in a staring contest, who do you think would blink first, you or GSP?
It would be me.
I don't know. I don't know why I do that in a fight. It's just weird.
Let me tell you a little story about that. People, the French-Canadian people know this game. It's a game they say, on se tient par la barbichette, le premier qui rira aura une tapette. And then the first to blink or to laugh get a slap. My record, my record in that game, I think I'm like 52, like zero win and 52 losses. I'm like the worst at it.
My question is for George, but first I would like to congratulate Rory on your last win.
Thank you.
But on going to fight Metamoris, that's a big thing for me. I'm a huge fan of.
Thanks, yeah, I had fun.
My question is for George. Are you going to compete in Metamoris eventually, or are you thinking about it?
I don't know if I'm going to compete in Metamoris. I don't know if I'm going to come back in competition. Now I'm taking a break from competition. And if I ever come back to competition, I'm the kind of guy who like to do it all or to not doing it at all.
Okay.
So I'd rather come back for a fight than coming back for a grappling competition.
Okay. My second question is for both of you. What weight are you walking? Well, what is your weight
200
right now?
pounds for me.
And George?
195.
Okay.
196,
You're looking fit.
195.
Thank you very much.
Even with all that Dairy Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for coming here, and you guys make me proud to be Canadian. And I was just wondering what both of your thoughts were on the Reebok deal.
I'm a Reebok athlete now, so I'm really happy about it.
Congrats.
And George,
I'm an Under Armour athlete, so I'm very happy with Under Armour.
and is there any way that I can get a picture with both of you after?
Come on. Maybe afterwards. You heard George. He doesn't have a lot of time. So we'll see. I would say come over to this side, but we're not promising anything. Oh, you're back again.
I'm back again. I feel there hasn't been enough French in this Q&A. So, Georges, je sais que tu es un fan de rap, surtout de rap francophone. Es-tu familier avec les Anticipateurs?
Non, je connais pas. Je connais pas.
Tu connais pas? Ils ont une chanson à propos de toi avec un vidéoclip. Tu devrais aller. Ouais, tu devrais aller regarder ça. Ça date de 2011. Je me suis dit que si jamais tu revenais dans la UFC, ça devrait être ton thème d'entrée.
Ils viennent de où?
Ils viennent de Montréal. Ben, en fait, c'est des Français et des Montréalais, mais c'est probablement le plus gros groupe de rap à Montréal de ce temps-ci. Il y a vraiment un vidéoclip sur toi. Tu devrais checker ça.
Je vais regarder ça, c'est
La
gentil.
sœur essaie de traduire ça pour la petite madame.
So why don't you translate now?
I just told him he should try and translate that now. I said he's a fan of rap, and there's a rap group in Montreal that has a song about him.
Said I was in a clip of a rap song, apparently.
They have a song called Georges St-Pierre, and they have a video for that. I said he should use it for his entrance for the next time if he ever does fight in the UFC again. It's in French.
I know, I don't know. That's what he says to me. I don't know.
It dates back to 2011. I'm surprised he hasn't heard
We're going
about
to have
it.
to YouTube this.
Yes, you must.
That sounds awesome.
Allô, Georges. J'aimerais savoir. Bonjour. J'aimerais savoir demain, tu penses qui va gagner? Johnson, c'est mon préféré. D'après toi, qui pourrait gagner?
Excuse-moi, je t'arrête. Pourrais-tu parler plus fort, s'il te plaît? J'ai pas entendu.
J'aimerais savoir pour toi, tu penses qui va gagner demain? Johnson ou l'autre?
I have no idea.
She asked me my prediction for the final tomorrow. Who would win? You know, between in the final. I think Johnson has an edge. I think Johnson is the favorite, but he's facing a guy that has a different style from most of the guy that he fought. He's a karate guy, and I'm from karate background, so I know karate background guys are very difficult to fight because they control distance very well. J'ai dit que je pense que Johnson va gagner le combat. Par contre, il fait face à un adversaire qui a un style vraiment particulier, un style comme qui a jamais eu la chance de faire face auparavant. Et c'est un style de karaté. Et les mecs qui font du karaté sont très bons pour contrôler les distances. Alors, ça va être intéressant de voir ce qui va arriver. Tout peut arriver.
OK. Puis j'aimerais savoir aussi, est-ce que tu as des billets, toi, pour demain?
Non, j'ai pas de billets. Moi, je travaille demain. Je vais là pour le travail. C'est mon travail.
OK, c'est bon.
Je suis pas en plaisir. Ben, je suis en plaisir, mais j'ai des trucs de promotion à faire. Alors,
Parfait,
je vais me promener à gauche et à droite.
You want to translate that one too?
She asked me if I have ticket for tomorrow. I said, I'm going to be working, doing promotional. I'm not only going to be sitting down, I'm going to be doing interview, promo, going left and right all over the place.
We're in Montreal. We're going to put you to work.
I'm ready for it.
Hi, longtime fan, first-time caller. I just wanted to ask you, it's like my pet peeve, so I'm just curious how you guys feel. There's two combatants that have the guts to get into the octagon. They're fighting it out. Maybe it's a technical fight and it's not a lot of smashing. And all of a sudden the crowd starts to boo. Does that piss you off as much as it pisses me off?
Pisses me off.
It could be frustrating at times when something's going, like if it's a jiu-jitsu match. Sometimes the crowd gets a little bit hasty. You know, even if they are working technical jiu-jitsu and they get kind of complacent and they start booing. It could be frustrating, or if it's a bad call, they start booing both guys, or if one guy wins that wasn't supposed to win in their eyes, they boo him, and it's really not his fault. He did his job. So it's a bit frustrating the way the way it's been broadcasted to the fans. I think they get a little bit impatient, whereas the Japanese fans, I think they had a little bit more patience through the harder fights, the slower fights. So it could be frustrating.
I think we should outlaw booing when guys are actually, risking their limbs in the octagon. So that's my thought. Anyway, thanks. And Ronda Rousey rocks.
She is not here, but we'll pass it along.
Yo. Je parle en français ou en anglais?
Si tu peux, fais en anglais parce qu'il va. Comme tu veux, on va répéter de toute façon. Yeah, whatever, English or French, I say.
George will translate.
Yeah.
Okay.
My English is very bad, but I'm the translator.
Your English is really good.
My French is not even good, so.
Okay. My first question is from Megan.
Yes.
Yes. How you doing, Megan?
Great. How are you?
I have a favor to ask you. Since you hang out with the boss a lot, Dana, I would like to ask you: is it possible if we could ban the song, the what you call it again, the DMX song that Anderson Silva comes out to? You know which one I'm talking
Ain't No
about?
Sunshine?
Exactly. Like, I mean, each time I hear this song, it's like I feel like Anderson is coming and things. And it will feel bad for me if some young kid comes in and is like, oh, I want to play that song. I'm like, it'd be so wrong. It'd be like a Jersey thing,
So you don't want anyone else to have that song?
There you go.
I don't think anyone else would pick Anderson Silva's Walkout
You'd be
song.
surprised.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Thank you. And I got two more questions. Georges, en premier, j'aimerais te remercier. J'ai une ceinture brune en karaté. Puis quand j'étais plus jeune, je voulais faire du MMA, du UFC. Sauf que mon sensei me disait, tu peux pas faire ça parce que les gars qui font ça, ils sont tous des drogués, des stéroïdes et tout ça. Puis depuis que tu as fait ce que tu as dit et tout, l'UFC a mis beaucoup de pression pour changer ça, justement, pour qu'il y ait plus de transparence et tout. Puis je devrais te remercier pour ça. Ça me tient vraiment à cœur. Puis j'aime ça que ça puisse devenir une façon que je peux faire maintenant. So, je te remercie pour ça.
C'est gentil, merci beaucoup.
Tu le dis en anglais ou tu vas le dire pour moi?
Ouais, vas-y, c'est à toi de t'exprimer.
It's
Je te
a
laisse.
very long.
Okay, to make it short, I was just thanking him for the Jack texting. Thanks to him because I got a black belt karate and you guys used to have a bad rap, but thanks to him it changed. And my next question is for Rory. So last time you knocked out the striker, they said. So what do you have in store for Mr. Hendricks? Not Hendricks, I'm sorry, Lawler.
Lawler. However the fight goes, man.
Nah, don't tell me this. Come on, tell me the drill.
Well, no, I'm being honest with you. I'm the kind of guy that's a balanced martial artist, and
Rory, tell them the truth.
Tell them the truth,
Tell
Rory.
them the truth. You're gonna pull guard.
No, I'm gonna kick him in the balls and you go from there. No,
Question. GSP, when GSP was first fought Matt Hughes and he won the belt, he actually gave him two groin kicks. Hughes. GSP kicked Hughes in the balls 2 times.
It was on the
Two
leg.
times.
It was on the
It
leg.
wasn't a leg.
Look at the replay. He fake it.
He wasn't a leg. So, are you actually going to kick him in the balls?
No, I'll try not to.
Thank you, guys. You guys rocks.
Yeah, thanks.
So my question's for George. Basically, when Carlos Condit fought for the interim title, it was when you were out for less than a year. For Cain Velasquez, it was about a year, and for Dominic Cruz, it was 2 years. And seeing as you were on the receiving end of having someone have an interim championship belt, what do you think should be the rules or like the procedures for like deciding when an interim championship should be announced, or like what are the conditions? Because Cain's been out for a while now, and they've got Fabricio Werdum, and Vitor called for an interim belt against Weidman. So what do you think the conditions, the situation should be where an interim title is actually called for?
It's a good question. It's not up to me to make the decision, but of course I believe the UFC should put maybe a protocol on that. Maybe, I don't know, a year or a year and a half, 2 years. I'm not sure. Injuries are very frequent in a sport, and sometimes it's unfortunate. But yeah, they should have a protocol of, let's say you have to to defend your title every year or every, I don't know, a year and a half or 2 years, depend. And otherwise, you lost the title, and not lost, but you have an interim title on the line.
And Rory, you're going to soon get a chance to avenge your most recent loss against Robbie. Are you kind of hoping that maybe Carlos Condit beats Thiago Alves so you get a chance to avenge the first loss as well, which I think was ridiculous that they called the fight that soon?
I didn't even know they were fighting, but yeah, I hope he wins. You know, I like Carlos, and I always, you know, cheer for him whenever he fights. And, you know, I'm sure at one point or another we're going to face off again and, you know, see what happens.
Thank you, guys. Good luck, Rory.
Hey there. So my question is for both of you guys. In your training session, what is that one exercise you hate doing? Absolutely hate doing.
Training session?
Yeah.
You mean in
the gym or like
strength conditioning? More, not in martial art, in strength conditioning.
In both, if you want to answer for both.
The one I love to do is all explosive stuff. I'm good with explosive stuff. So the opposite of it, it's the one that are long. Like it's the one that demands stamina, like a more isometric exercise. I'm good with the eccentric, like explosive, but the isometric, which you have to hold a position for a certain amount of time, these are one that I hate the most because I'm not good at it. I'm more good in explosion than in isometric position.
Thank you.
I don't like push-ups or bench press.
Okay.
Well, bicep curl.
That's my favorite one. I do that most of the time.
Thank you.
We're going to take one more question from each microphone before the guys have to run.
All right, I'm Chloe. This is a question for Georges. I always told myself that if I ever met you in person, I'd ask to see La Fleur de Lis in real. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, no,
it's beautiful. It's really
Thank you.
That's what I look at when you fight. I look at the Fleur de Lis. All right, thank you.
No, that was it. Okay.
Hi, what's up, everyone? Megan, George, Rory. So I've got a question for George and Rory. So other than staring contests and MMA, is there any other sport that you like to follow or practice? Just for the record, I'm waiting for you to say hockey just to hear everyone go wild.
We played hockey against each other. We played ping pong against each other. We're a great competitor. And when we go hard at each other. It's a serious business. When we go in ping pong, we get frustrated. Hockey,
and
snap our stick on the ground.
And what's your favorite hockey team?
For me, it was the Edmonton Oilers. Now it's Montreal now. But before, no, you guys gonna hate me. I'm ready for this. If you have an umbrella or something. Okay, it was the Edmonton Oilers. Then when Gretzky got traded, he got traded to Los Angeles. Then he became the Nordique de Quebec, the Quebec Nordique. And now they get in Colorado. Now it's Montreal Canadian.
Come on, guys, it's the last question. Come on.
Sorry, but it's the truth.
Give him a cheer. Give him a big cheer.
I'm from South Shore, you know. I grew up on South Shore. I have to cheer for, you know.
That's all right. How about you, Rory?
I like Vancouver or Montreal. I don't care.
Yeah!
He said or Montreal.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. Don't forget that Rory fights at UFC 189 on July 11th. Come on down to Las Vegas for Fight Week. It's going to be a great time. UFCFightWeek.com. Give it up for these two, Montreal.
Thanks, everyone.